Welcome to Everything Money in our channel. We've been here for 3 years, Paul. Our 3-year anniversary was just a couple days ago. Congrats. Me, you, and Tim. I've been doing this for a long time. Almost 900 videos.
Over 900 videos we posted.
5,500 people in our community that we didn't even know we could have. And it's just been an incredible ride. And we thank you for watching. I'm a little out of breath because I did 10 push-ups. But we do reaction videos. We like to show, Paul does not watch videos. Like if you say, hey Paul, check out this 10-second cool video, he'll say, what's in it? Or what is it saying? This is a running joke on the show, is he has never really seen many of these people. So I'm gonna show you another person on YouTube.
If it's the screen that you have up here right now.
Hold your tone now. Now listen, our patrons and the people in our Everything Money community,
over 5,300 people. They
have wanted you to react to this guy a lot. And now,
really?
Let me preface this. I love this guy.
You like literally love him?
I love this guy, and you're gonna love him too.
Like love him because he's like a crazy like lunatic?
I want to passionately make out with this man. No, I don't know him at all. Just listen to what he has to say, and I think you're gonna like him too. His name is Benjamin, and I guarantee if he came on the show, we'd be homies.
Homies. We would, like you and him or me and him?
Just watch. This is the video, Paul.
Hey, what kind of food are you gonna have at your Browns watch party?
Burgers and hot dogs and
all beef hot dogs?
Yeah, nice and cool. Good ones. Yeah.
I don't do brats.
Okay.
All right, just want to make sure.
We're having a little family cookout this Sunday. Here we go, Paul. Take a listen to Benjamin.
Should you wait on the sidelines and laugh at all the Palantards on Wall Street bets, or should you join the army? Like usual, you can be sure the answer is going to be ambiguous as fuck. This is an analysis of Palantir. I think you'll find this play is really interesting and unique, mainly because there are 500 reasons why the stock might go up or down, unlike every other stock that's ever existed. Let's quickly do some technical analysis for confirmation bias. So the stock is here right now.
I love this.
Maybe it could go up here. It could also go down here. What we'd like to see is it going up there, which if you draw a line like this, then maybe that works.
Okay.
Got him drunk. The short answer for people that don't want to waste time with the rest of this video is that there's absolutely no one, not on YouTube, not this fuckhead, that will predict where Palantir will go in the short term. That being said, they have a unique business model that has huge potential upside for the long term. Their contracted clients are happy, their revenue is growing, and this guy is a psychopath in a good way. My recommendation now would be to buy shares and then sell covered calls against those shares to lower your cost basis.
Do you know what he's talking about there? Because I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
So he's saying sell what?
He's saying buy shares and sell coverage calls.
Yeah, that's what we do.
To lower his cost basis, though?
Yeah, it lowers your cost. I mean, essentially.
Yeah, I guess you're collecting
that's what we do.
So, yeah.
I do that. I buy shares and sell covered calls.
Great.
But here's the deal, though. If you think it's going to the moon, selling covered calls probably isn't a good idea.
You're going to get called out.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea if you think it's going to the moon.
Yeah.
Let him go into it a bit.
Broke like me, you might be able to pull off a poor man's covered call with a very, very long-term call. However, Palantir is definitely a long-term play. Think 5 to 10 years minimum while the business model gets ironed out. So obviously, even buying a call with multiple...
There's the biggest part right there. That's the biggest part.
That's the thing. Amazon fell from $113 a share to $6.
You really got to listen to this one.
But hold on. That's the biggest part. Let things get ironed out.
Yes.
And then invest in it. Why do we have to jump in like this and just hope to God that it goes to some certain level?
Well, of course you know, because you have to jump in to get the enormous gains.
Oh, yeah, right.
Our channel is a little bit more of like, let's get rich slowly, and that's really stupid in this day and age, Paul.
Actually, you know what's kind of funny about our channel? It's probably just let's get rich, because everybody else is going to probably be broke ass after
There's no way to get rich very quickly.
Exactly.
Just give this some space, all right? I'm telling you.
You're taking on a significant risk.
Okay,
that's the quick summary for those of you who need to check Robinhood every 5 minutes to keep your sanity. Good luck. I commend thee. And I'm sure whatever side you're on, you'll find a way to lose money. Now let's get into the real analysis. Like usual, I plagiarized this from people that work at Chick-fil-A. Apparently they have a really good stock
When the stock is going up, you buy. When it's going to go down, you sell. It's that simple, Paul.
Okay.
By the way, that is very funny.
What does Palantir do? Basically, they get contracted by people to better analyze their data and make better decisions. Palantir has contracts with big companies to analyze data for optimization purposes and whatnot. However, they also have contracts with the US government for similar data solutions. In my opinion, this is a really good sign, being that we all know how frugal the government is when spending their money. Palantir's first corporate contract was with JP Morgan. At the time, they were working with Palantir trying to identify fraud. It actually set the record for the most someone has ever been paid to walk into a building and look around. As far as what Palantir specifically does, it's actually pretty cool. Cool if you're a loser like me who actually cares about this kind of stuff. Basically, Palantir provides an all-encompassing platform that pulls data from every different source within a system. Whether or not that system is a government or a company, it really functions the same. Palantir's platform will pull all of this data and then suggest the user different solutions. With these different solutions, the data adjusts to have more powerful predictive qualities.
Now, a lot of people would say, Paul, is you need to do all of this. I was shocked by this video because when you put all these graphics and show what it actually does, it does look quite impressive.
I'm not denying that, but again,
Absolutely.
difference between the stock and the company.
Keep going, keep listening. Just a
It's
couple
really
minutes.
an ever-evolving, dynamic interface that very quickly ingrains itself into that system. If you imagine that Palantir is using data to make predictions, recalibrating, finding solutions, then repeating that process, you can imagine that Palantir's products could very quickly embed themselves into an entity that would basically have no choice but to use Palantir. This could potentially be a very powerful business model, especially when we consider the fact that
Yes, it could
Palantir's
be.
clientele are very happy with the work that Palantir is doing. We'll get into that a little later. To put it in Wall Street Bets terms, Palantir is big, spooky machine learning thing that does cool things with data so you never escape Cartman once you invite him into business. The amount of data that Palantir is controlling is so incredibly vast, and I'd imagine that as they get more and more contracts, Palantir's products will only continue to get better. Also, Palantir's leverage within the government as the data solution is really unparalleled right now. This reliance on the US government.
So this is
been
the first
something
time that I'm seeing what Palantir is, because I
Yes.
really don't care.
Right.
In the near term. This reminds me so much of Tesla and other companies that are,
And
Tesla's
somebody would sit there and say, look, Tesla's up 10 times in the last year.
Yeah, but still, I don't care about that either. But Tesla is a sweet product, and it's a great product.
Amazon is.
Amazon's a sweet
Amazon
product, great
is,
product.
and guess what?
But-
it fell from 113 to 6. It still was overvalued and crashed, even being an amazing produgot. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not denying that Palantir could be the next best thing for government
Absolutely.
data. All I'm saying to you is, you got to realize that even great companies, their stocks can fall incredibly just because of overvaluation.
Hear him out.
bears have been
Are we done
hammering
here?
on for
No,
a
because
while.
you're gonna love
But
the
in
end.
2020, Palantir actually doubled their revenue from commercial customers.
Oh, wow.
Palantir's revenue from their top customers is actually increasing as well. This just means that Palantir is actually providing real value to their top customers, which of course is a good sign. They're looking for a revenue of $4 billion or more by 2025. The general idea with Palantir is that data
$4
is
billion or
basic-
more. Time out.
Go ahead.
It's currently a $50 billion company. That's 12 times sales. Look at Microsoft, which is currently overvalued.
Can you wipe that board behind you real quick?
Yeah. Microsoft's currently overvalued. I really can't actually.
No, that side over there. Look over here.
Yeah, I know. I can't reach it because of this.
Oh, how
this
funny.
cord.
Sorry about that. Keep going.
It's currently, Microsoft's overvalued and it's currently at 13.5 times. So we're selling, he's sitting there, they're sitting there justifying Palantir at 12 times the current price to sales. It's 12 times. And Microsoft, an established business with amazing cash flow that's currently overpriced, is 13.5 times. And we're waiting for 2025 to even get to that value.
Yeah.
That's assuming the stock stays the same for the next 4 years. It would have $4 billion in revenue, which would still make it 12 times their current sales. Sorry, their future sales based on the current market cap.
Pre-revenue.
Let's keep going.
The answer to everyone's problems. Whoever can do it most efficiently while still protecting people's privacy a little bit will basically take over the world. I agree with this
okay.
100%. If you have data, you can basically find a solution for any problem that actually has a solution.
I do love Lord of the Rings, Paul. I mean, the movie's
I've never seen
Oh
it.
my God, Mo, you haven't seen
I've
it? You're
never
too
seen it.
young.
The biggest
I'm not
question,
a-
in my
I'm not a
opinion,
loser.
is whether or not
love it.
Palantir will
Word.
be the one who can execute the business model properly. Palantir is a long-term buy, Fuck yes. You're not broke. Buying shares and then selling calls against them to lower your cost base.
Okay, so what do they increase the number of shares by 20 times? Is that goodbye? Like, that's the thing. This is just too generic of like, their history is showing that they're trying to issue more and more shares. Like, you've got to factor that in.
It's true.
But that doesn't matter,
I think,
according to these people.
Maybe not, though.
All that matters is what are they going to do and with
Guys,
the government
listen to
and this
me.
and that. This numbers don't matter.
If revenue goes up 10 times and they issue 10 times more shares, you've gained nothing.
Neo did this yesterday. They issued shares and their market cap
gained
goes
nothing.
down.
You've
Paul.
gained nothing. Do the math. If the revenue goes up 10 times, the profit goes up 10 times, and they issue 10 times more shares, you're still getting the same amount of money per share.
You're gonna like the end of
You've
this.
gained nothing.
But Paul, it's
Well,
to
they can't
help
skip
grow
the end of it.
But Paul, it's to help grow the business.
I know.
Here we go.
a really good idea. But you are broke, and you don't care about the long term.
You see?
I don't either. If I
It's
wanted
true.
to make money in the long term, I'd put my money in a Virgin fund. You and I both know that will never happen. So what about Palantir right now? What's the play? Like basically everything in the stock market right now, you're really betting on growth instead of earnings per share. Compared to other companies in the industry, Palantir is wildly overvalued even at this price. However, the difficult thing about Palantir is that the company really operates in uncharted territory that makes it difficult for us to find a fair valuation. For example, if Palantir were priced accurately for the industry average, it would be trading at around $5 per share. But as we all know, it's 2021 and valuations don't mean anything. What we do know is that Palantir has a lot of
I don't know if
good
he's being
things
funny
going
or
I
if
don't
he's saying
either.
that on purpose.
No, I
I think
think
he's
it's
being funny.
serious. All the videos are like this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
new data technology that ultimately...
Or no. I'm sorry. Being funny.
He's
He's
being
not
funny,
serious.
yeah.
Okay,
but
got it,
as
got
we
it.
all know, valuations don't mean anything
Right,
nowadays,
right.
right? This time's
Evolutionary.
different.
Palantir's clientele obviously value their services and want more every year. Revenue that's growing, that's cool. A
Palantir are
CEO that's fucking crazy, that's always a good sign. However, anyone that tries to predict where Palantir will go in the short term is just guessing with charts like this. Right now, I'd tell you to blow your money on Don Julio before telling you to
I
make
love
any
tequila.
short-term directional play on Palantir. If Palantir can hit its revenue targets, it will increase in value substantially. There's just no way of predicting
Not
what will
necessarily.
happen with it short term.
Not necessarily. Look at Intel, look at Cisco, look
Not
at all these companies
necessarily.
who all
Alibaba?
have 3 or 4 times their revenue. Yeah, look at 20 years. Intel and Cisco are 3 and 4 times larger than they were 20 years ago, and their stock is still lower.
Yeah.
They beat their revenues, and they bought back shares, and their stock is lower. Don't say, oh, it's not Intel or Cisco. Okay.
You're darn
fine.
right it's not. I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
you're right.
It's not yet, for sure.
Okay, keep
Tells you
going.
they can is lying. In conclusion, I do think selling.
I don't like the
calls on
CEO guy. This
Palantir
guy looks
is not
creepy. Oh my
There's
god.
our boy, Andrew Ross Sorkin.
a bad idea if you
Oh
can
my
afford
God.
shares.
I like his hair.
You might be able to get away with a poor man's covered call. Now, I would say is going to be significantly more risky than shares. Like I mentioned earlier, $5 per share would actually be a fair valuation for.
So that's the real question, Paul. You know,
Are you serious? Oh, he's being funny.
yeah, he's yeah.
Oh my god. I was
really
like,
works hard. So in the end, we would be doing Tesla videos every single day if the stock price of Tesla was $37 and not.
if Tesla is around in 10 years, if Palantir is around in 10 years, if Amazon is around in 10 years, I will be a buyer of those companies at some point. Do you want to know why? Because eventually there'll be a come to Jesus moment when the stocks go down and nobody wants it anymore. And I'll say, wait, everybody's ignoring the value here. This happens every single time.
And you're going to say it's dead.
And you're going to say it's dead, and Paul, you're wrong. And I'm be like, so wait a second.
Those same comments
When
are
it was
coming with
1/3
Intel versus AMD.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it was 1/3 the size, you were willing to pay way more than it's at that point. Trust me on this one. This happens every effing time. Every market I've seen in real estate, people are making fun of me. Why aren't you buying more real estate in Arizona, Vegas, all these things in 05 and 06? 09 and 10? Paul, why are you buying real estate? It's a toxic asset. Wait a second. So 5 years ago, at double the price, it was not toxic. Today, at half the price, it is toxic. Think about that for half a second.
And I go back. You know, Warren Buffett, when asked, does he want to invest in a company? What does he look at? Number one, it has to be a really great company. I don't think Palantir at the moment is really great. Is it growing? Yeah. Does it have a track record of years of being really great? No. Number two, is it cheap? Out of Warren Buffett's mouth, it is currently not cheap. At least he admits it. $5 seems like a nice target price for him. It was upwards of 40. So is it a great? Not really. Is it cheap? Not really. And if they shut down the stock market tomorrow for 5 years, would you be okay owning Palantir? The answer is a little foggy at the moment.
The answer is no, because
I mean,
even
it's
4
no.
years somehow, if they hit their targets, by the way, folks, companies tend not to hit targets 4 or 5 years later. Even if they hit those targets, it's still selling for 12 times sales, which is just barely under Microsoft right now, and I consider Microsoft to be overvalued by a lot. Software companies should sell between 6 and 8 times sales.
So if you want to argue with this, just please don't bring up Warren Buffett, because it would be a no across the board currently at Palantir. Paul, are you paying?
Actually, if you want to argue with this one, please just do me a favor and don't. Just unsubscribe from me, block our channel,
Yes.
do everything possible. As I'm banging your mom in the other room, just know that I'm there. She's calling me daddy, and everything's going to be fine. I'll put you in my will for all the money you're going to lose from the Palantir trade. Just please do it. Just send me a text. Paul, I lost $40,000 in Palantir. Great. It'll be in there, in your will, in your trust fund after I'm done nailing your mom.
Okay. So that's our take, Mo, on Palantir.
I mean, that sums it
Mo,
up.
you want to join me in a little threesome with whoever's mom over there?
We're on a train.
Okay. Nicole, do you want to record? Nicole's Mo's girlfriend. She does not want to record.
I'm the videographer, Paul.
I don't think I've ever seen Tim this shocked.
Okay, hold on.
It's live.
Are you buying Palantir at $5, or
I don't know.
Are you simply
Seth,
letting it become a company?
wanna
Even now,
let it
I mean,
become a
let's
company.
say it gets to $5. I mean,
They're
let's
still
say-
issuing
let's say-
shares like
let's-
crazy.
Exactly. Let's say this thing drops to $5 tomorrow. We're not going to be buying it.
By the way, I don't know. I just haven't. At this point, I
Well,
look
Paul,
at 25.
if it drops tomorrow, they're still not going to be making money.
Yeah, but
They
there's still
still
growth
need to-
potential. You still have to
Correct.
factor that in there, and we can use our stock analyzer tool to figure that out. The bottom line is, I don't do any more due diligence at $26 a share. I just go, no, I'm not going to do it.
But at the
I'll
same
wait.
point, if it got to that level, they do have growth potential. There's still 500 more stocks in the S&P that we can go out and look at and evaluate and
I
buy.
think you say that-
And it's going to hit the. We're going to find 30 more that are better than Palantir.
I think you said it was why this one, right? Like, it's just there's so many.
Cash flow is king.
Yep.
There's so many. Why this one?
Yeah.
Cash flow is king.
That's our take, Benjamin. I appreciate you. There are more videos by this guy. I think you're going to like. I find him to be incredibly honest, and
This CEO looks like the kind
Oh.
of guy who's banging your mom, by the way.
By
just
the
to
way,
let you know. It's not just me.
Speaking of that, maybe we can live stream it on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Follow us on Instagram. I forgot that. Shit.
all right, that's our take. Thanks
gotcha.
for the reaction. Be careful out there. There's a lot of videos on this company, and just be careful. We would love for you guys to have a process of looking at these and let these companies just be, Paul. You're allowed to let them flourish for a few years and then invest. It's totally okay. In fact, it's a lot safer, I think. So
I think so.
that's our take. Fondle, thumbs up on the way out.
Tell your mom I said hi.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.